A variable is a labeled container that can store information. To create a variable, we simply give it a name and a value. Variable names can contain a combination of letters, numbers and underscores, but they cannot start with a number. Now, I would suggest when creating your variables that you give them descriptive names so that they make sense when using them throughout your code. And once you've set your variables, you can change their values as you need to. The syntax for creating variables is very straightforward. You simply type in the name you wish to give it, then add a single equal sign followed by the content that you wish to assign to it. And once you've created your variables, we can use them throughout our code. For example, we can use the print command to output the variable's content by placing the variable name within the print function's brackets. As we progress through this series, we'll be using variables in all sorts of different ways. And in the following example, I'll show you how you can use variables to make changing certain information much more efficient. Here, I've created a program that will display the 12 times table. If we quickly run it, I'll show you that it does 1 times 12, 2 times 12, all the way to 5 times 12. Now, if I copy and paste this code again, and then change the value of 12 in each instance, I can then reuse this code to display any times tables that I wish. But that's obviously a time-consuming thing to do. In a situation like this, it would be a good idea to consider using a variable. So, firstly, I'll create a variable times table. And I'll give it the value of 12. Secondly, I'll copy and paste this code. And now instead of changing the 12 to a number, I'm going to change it to my variable name of times table. So now each time this runs, it's going to pull the value from times table each time we've called it here. So 1 times 12, this will be, is equal to, and then 1 times 12 will do the maths here. So if I run this code, it shows the first section, 1 times 12, or the 12 times table here, and then the 49 times table, that's these two, and then again the 12 times table here. But now if I want to change this to the 49 times table, instead of having to change the value in several different places, I can simply run the code again and change my value to 49 in my variable, and this will automatically change the code in every instance of the times table below the value where I've changed it. So if I run this code again, we'll now have 4 times tables. We'll have the first two, 12 and 49, using the numbers. And then secondly, we'll have the 12 times table and the 49 times table using the variable. So if I get rid of these top 2 blocks of code and just use these bits, copy and paste, so I can have the 1 times table, 2 times table, 3 times table, all running together nicely. And so each time it passes this line, so times table, it will change the variable from then on. So hopefully that makes a bit more sense as to what variables can do.